Thank you for watching SpectraLogic's how-to series featuring the StorCycle application. In this tutorial, we will show you how to set up the SMTP server, run a database backup, and configure the applications in global settings. Spectra recommends creating a scheduled daily backup schedule that goes to 2 separate geographic locations. This is a precaution in case one of the datasets is compromised. You will always have the other dataset. The StorCycle application includes email integration. You can set up users to receive 3 types of emails from the application: information, warnings, and errors. The email integration is set up by choosing the gear icon in the upper right-hand corner of the dashboard. Click on SMTP. A page showing the current setting and a Configure SMTP button will appear. Click on the Configure SMTP button. The SMTP configuration page will open. The first item to fill in is the name or IP address of your organization's SMTP server. The next item is the port used for the SMTP server. Most systems default to port 25. Other common ports used are 465, 587, or 2525. You should check with your email administrator if you aren't sure what the correct port is. The next item to choose is the SMTP authentication. StorCycle supports 3 types of authentication: plain, login, and CRAM MD5. The last step of the SMTP setup is choosing a user, password, and a user email address. The username and password are required. This information is needed to authenticate connection to the email server. The user email address will appear as the sender in emails sent by StorCycle. Hit the submit button and the SMTP settings will be saved in the application. You can clear the settings by hitting the clear settings button. You will need to set up users to receive emails from StorCycle. This is done in the users configuration discussed in a separate video. An extremely important task in StorCycle is backing up the StorCycle database. If the database becomes corrupt or damaged, it may become necessary to revert to the latest backup of the StorCycle database. Click on the gear icon. Choose Database Backup. A new page will show up showing the current backup schedule as well as the database backup jobs run. Click the New Database Backup button. In the new page, fill in the name of the backup, a description of the backup, as well as the target for the backup. Note that the database backup can only be written to a target location that has been defined as a storage location in StorCycle. Setting up a target location will be discussed in a separate video. You can choose multiple targets for the database backup. Once the target is chosen, click Next. You can choose to run a recurring scheduled backup, a scheduled one-time backup, or a backup to start immediately. If you choose the backup to start immediately, a new configuration box will open and you can submit the job. Choosing Set a Backup Time will bring up a calendar to designate the day for the backup and time for the backup to start. This is a one-time event. Choosing Set Reoccurring Schedule will bring up a calendar and time to choose for the backup. This is a reoccurring event. Once a successful database backup is complete, the red or orange reminder bar will no longer be visible. The last item to discuss in this video is the global settings configuration. Click on the gear icon and choose Edit Global Settings. These settings span the entire application and can't be changed for individual jobs. First, you will select the currency that you would like your storage savings to be displayed in. This should default to US dollars, but there are 10 other currency options to choose from as well. Once you have your currency selected, click on the Method to Determine File Age tab. You can choose from 3 options: creation time, last access time, and last modified time. This setting will determine how StorCycle will choose to present file data, so it's important to think about how you want this to be configured. Once you have selected a file age method, you will set up the session timeout feature. This setting decides exactly how long a user can be in StorCycle before they are automatically logged off. After you select the timeout settings, click Submit. This concludes the configuration of the SMTP server, database backup, and global settings. Thank you for watching our configuration video on StorCycle.